We're back with another totally double blind head-to-head. We'll see if either one of these glasses answers the call of being a really good bourbon or maybe a good rye, that we've got the signal up there in the sky like the shirt suggests. Let's get into this blind head-to-head.
Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh. We are back with another double blind head-to-head, which is what we do over here. Got a ton of them in the back catalog if you want to check those out, but today we are finding out if either one of these pours strikes us as something that we would like to consider more of, whether you should consider it or not. They've been drawn at random from our blind sample pool, full of a bunch of matchups that could be almost anything from 2 available shelf products to 2 allocated products or allocated versus available. And there's some curveballs in there to keep us on our toes. Let's get into the nose on glass 1. You're going to get honest opinions over here. None of us made this whiskey. Let's not get our feelings hurt if we don't like it, but hopefully we find some diamonds in the rough. You're making reactions already.
It smells good. It smells like whiskey. There's maybe like an underlying caramel note that I'm getting, a little more caramel forward than normal whiskey flavors or smells. But otherwise smells like good, solid whiskey.
Yeah, I think right now the thing that's jumping out to me is like it's a caramel chew in a glass. It's very, very caramel forward, which points me straight towards Kentucky bourbon.
Oh, yeah?
That smells really pleasant. Let's get it on the palate.
Oh, interesting.
That came through with a lot more zip on the palate than I thought.
It tastes like I'm chewing Red Hot's gum. Drinking Red Hot's gum. Not Red Hot. What's it called?
Big Red?
Big Red. Big Red gum that's been liquefied.
If you don't chew Big Red, then you know what Ricky Bobby says. I am not getting as much Red Hots as you're getting.
I'm not getting Red Hots. It's Big Red because there's sweetness.
Yeah. I'm not getting as much of that as you're getting, but what I am getting a little bit of that, but I'm also getting a lot of dark fruit, like raisins, fig type of notes, and the heavy caramels coming through too.
Yeah.
And it came through with a lot more on the palate than I expected based on the nose.
There does seem to be some power or proof here based on the strong flavor, but I want to take another sip and see if it tampers or not.
Let's go.
There's something slightly rubbery, like a tire, like a car tire, like a rubber in that way. But it's just on the initial sip. Like it's ever so slightly
like front of palate.
Front of palate
quick.
Goes away.
Interesting. Yeah, to me, it's coming through, and I mean, it's still lingering around. It's oily. It's got that fruitiness. It's got the cinnamon. It's got this beautiful oak presence to the glass. Definitely tastes like Kentucky bourbon. Tastes like really good Kentucky bourbon. Right down my alley, up my alley, whichever way my alley runs. This one is in it.
Up or down.
Yeah, sideways. Who knows? But yeah, I like glass 1 a lot.
Yeah,
and I'm curious now to get into glass 2.
I like it. I don't know if I would say a lot, but I like it.
Okay, let's get into glass 2 and see how it compares.
I'm not getting much.
Yeah, this one seems a little bit more faint on the nose. It doesn't have that caramel chew jumping out of the glass, but the same flavors are present to me. The same notes are present.
I'm getting like a general sweet smell, but nothing is jumping out.
Yeah, if I was going to say glass 1 is a caramel chew on the nose, which going back, wow, all that fruit comes out and a little bit of the Big Red, but in glass 2, it's way more like a light brown sugar, and it's muted. It's far more muted.
Yeah.
Let's get this one on the palate. That might help.
It's also kind of muted on the palate in comparison to glass 1.
A little sharp on the palate.
Honestly, I think I need to clear my palate. I don't know.
These taste really similar to me.
I need a minute.
Yeah, these taste really similar to me. Glass 2 has a lot of the same flavors that glass 1 has, but it's a little sharp and it's a little bit bitter in comparison to glass 1, which was just more kind of all sweet.
Yeah.
So very, very interesting.
We need to take some time, and I need to start with this glass.
You want to do a second sip on glass 2?
Because I think this one was so strong, it's tampering with the flavor on this. So I need a minute, and I'm going to start with glass 2.
Well, I had to get a second sip on glass 2, and to me, again, this is a wild matchup because they seem so close, but also so far apart.
Yeah.
Which hopefully makes sense to you guys. I'm tasting them. That makes perfect sense to me. Glass 1 seems like rich and round and very nicely presented. Glass 2 just kind of seems like a harsher version of glass 1. But
Okay.
we will take some time, like Aaron
Yeah.
said, clear our palate, start with the second glass, go back to the first. That can reveal a lot.
Yeah.
That process takes some time, and we can't talk to a camera while we're doing
Right.
it, so it would be very boring watching. So we're
And-
going to cut that out.
I will reserve my thoughts on glass 2 to later on when I've had some more time with this.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be back in a few seconds for you. If you're not familiar with the channel, I'm the matchmaker around here, and I'm mad at my prior self for putting this in here because I feel like this might be one of those curveball matchups to keep us on our toes.
Why?
They just taste so similar, but glass 1 just tastes like a much better version of glass 2 to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree.
Okay. Where are you at?
I do not think they taste similar,
Okay.
personally speaking. Glass 2, once I took some time away from glass 1, I was able to get a little bit more on glass 2. However, when I tasted it, when I was setting the glass down, I got marinara. Like marinara sauce. And now I can't not get that.
I kind of see you, to be honest, and I don't know how to explain that to
I don't know
you
how to
guys,
explain
but-
it either, but like it's very reminiscent of a marinara sauce. A good marinara sauce. I love marinara. But I don't necessarily want that in my whiskey.
Okay.
So I have a preference to glass 1.
Okay.
And glass
As do I.
Glass 1, the finish is still lingering. Like it is
Yeah, glass 1's a beast.
very powerful.
What's your ratings?
So I am gonna give glass 1 a thumbs up. I liked it. I don't love it. Like there is that rubber note at the beginning, like I said, that kind of seemed to stick around with each subsequent sip. Wasn't horrible, but I did enjoy the experience. So thumbs up. Glass 2 gets just okay. I'm not really wanting marinara in my whiskey.
I'm in the same exact place, not for the same reasons, and I'll talk about it in a second,
Okay.
but thumbs up on glass 1, just okay on glass 2. I know myself, and I know there are days where I could drink glass 1 and it would get 2 thumbs up.
Really?
Yeah, it's very classic Kentucky bourbon that it's amplified in a little or a few specific areas that sometimes hit me absolutely wonderfully.
Yeah.
And other times just come across very, very enjoyable to me, but don't put it in the 2 thumbs up, love it, gotta have it category. But I like it a lot. I like it a ton. And I hope it's affordable and I hope it's available. Glass number 2 to me comes across like a bitter, thin, spiteful version of glass 1.
I did get the bitterness that you were talking about when I was tasting it
Yeah.
again.
It's like a bitter oak. It's kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
this woody, in a not good way, bitter oak that's just sharp all over the palate.
Interesting.
And it's not bad. There are days where I could drink glass 1. It's not like a drain pour or
Okay.
a thumbs down, not a hard pass, but I'm hoping glass 2 is cheaper than glass 1. That would make sense that it would be the lesser, like the more inexpensive option, the more value option compared to glass 2
Gotcha, yeah.
to my palate. So if that's the case, then either way, price notwithstanding, glass number 2 to me is a just okay. I could
Yeah.
take it or leave it.
Yeah.
If it's very inexpensive, I might take it for specific reasons. But for the
What
most
are those
part, I'm
specific
probably
reasons? Can you share?
I mean, if I want to make a little bit of a higher proof cocktail or something like that, I might use it for that.
Do you think glass 2 is higher proof as well?
I think they're
glass one?
similar proof, yeah.
Okay.
I think they come across experience-wise somewhat similar, except glass 2 is just harsh and bitter compared to glass 1, which is just beautifully delightful.
All right.
It's magically delicious.
What are we working here?
So glass number 1 is number 65 in our pool. Glass number 2 is number 66.
Okay.
So let's start with the price on glass number 2 first, since that was our least preferred. She's having reactions. You know it's going to be good.
$150.
Glass 2? Are you serious?
Yes, sir. Unless you put this down wrong. That's
Nope.
what it says. Whoa. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm going thumbs down on $150.
I might have to go thumbs down too. It's not bad. It's just it's coming across bitter to me today.
It's not for me.
I like the flavors. It's just there's this bitterness today that's hitting me, and we did warm our palates up before this, check them, and maybe it's age, and maybe that's coming across bitter because we warmed up. Hang on, we warmed up with Henry McKenna Tenure, and it did come across pretty oaky to me, and that bottle doesn't typically do that. So I'm wondering if that's age that's coming across that way.
I have something to say.
Yes.
For $150, this liquid feels very thin.
Okay.
And I don't like that. If I'm spending money,
You wanna?
I want to like chew it.
Okay. All right. You basically want food if you're spending $150.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll stay just okay, but very
I'm not.
tentative. and I'm kind of hedging a little on my palate here, but it's very close to a thumbs down. But it's a flavor profile that I do like. I just don't like that bitterness right now. Glass number 1, price?
$150 as well.
Oh, I'm buying, never mind. Thumbs down on glass 2. I'm going thumbs up on glass 1. I'm staying thumbs up on glass 1.
Okay.
This strikes me very good. It strikes me like that.
I don't think I feel comfortable paying $150 for it, but I do think it's worth $150 given that I feel like it's fairly high proof, very coating on the mouth. So I don't know what to do if I should.
Just okay. You got to go down.
For me personally.
Because you're not going to buy it.
For me personally, I do have to go just okay, with the caveat that I feel like it is worth the price point. I'm just unwilling to pay it because I'm me.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to stay thumbs up on glass 2, or sorry, I'm so sorry for the confusion. You are just okay on glass 1.
Just okay.
I'm staying thumbs up. You are thumbs down on glass 2. And I will go thumbs down because if glass 1 exists for that value, I would just buy glass 1.
Okay.
Whatever that bottle is. So let's find out our least preferred, number 66 in our pool, glass number 2.
Number 66 is Blanton Straight from the Barrel, 127.2 proof.
What's glass number 1?
Blanton Straight from the Barrel.
Oh, this was a curveball matchup.
125.8 proof.
This was a curveball matchup.
I'm confused.
Okay, wait. So they're the same product, but they're different single barrels because Blanton's is a single barrel product, and these are 2 different single barrels.
Okay.
What is the proof on glass number 2?
127.
And what's the proof on glass number 1?
125.8. Okay. 127.2, 125.8.
Okay. So
which
we have...
They drank different than that. Like, what? These are both thanks to Bill and Delia Kavanaugh, by the way.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Delia.
I'm sorry. My brain just kind of, like, shorted out for a second.
You remember when I said these seem like they're cut from the same cloth?
Yeah.
And you were like, definitely not?
No, I said it did. I don't agree.
That's fair. That's fair.
You can be right, and I still can disagree that they taste like they're cut from the same cloth.
That's fair.
Because they did not for me.
So let's go ahead and talk to you guys about why this is an important matchup.
Yeah, tell me too.
For 2, well, okay. I'll
tell us all.
Story time. Like LeVar Burton's here now. Let's all sit down and, reading Rainbow. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow. All right.
I can be...
Go anywhere.
Anywhere. I thought can be anything.
Maybe. That's probably some lyrics too. Anyways, this matchup, I put it in here because we need some curveball matchups. The bulk of our pool is allocated versus available stuff. There's a portion that is available versus available, inexpensive stuff to see if it comes across really good. There are some higher price versus higher price things that are all available. And then sometimes you have something like this in the pool that keeps us on our toes. They're both allocated. I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah. It's an allocated product. We've never seen one. We've never owned one.
No.
But we have tried a few, and this does highlight my experience with trying them previously.
Oh, interesting.
In that some of them come across really good, like Glass 1 did for both of us. Some of them come across not so good, like Glass 2 did for both of us. So realistically speaking, is this a product at $150, which is, I think, suggested retail price, often gets marked up to $250, $300 or more. Is it a product that you should be chasing? Honestly, it's a single barrel. They're going to vary. Yeah. So you have to be careful going into it.
It's that single barrel roulette game.
That's what we call it.
You have to be willing to potentially
get a barrel that's not as good as you hoped it would be.
Right. And if you're okay with losing that money, then that's fine.
Yeah. If I bought a bottle of Blanton's straight from the barrel for $150 or $250 and it tasted like Glass 1, I'd be psyched. If it tasted like Glass 2, I would be disappointed. So this goes to show you guys that, you know, is this a product worth hunting? It's an awesome product to have on the bar for sure. Yeah. And honestly speaking, if you want a Blanton straight from the barrel, let's say you got a regular Blanton's, a Blanton's Gold.
What's the difference between straight from the barrel and cask
barrel
strength?
Proof. It's same thing.
Just naming.
This is barrel proof. This is cask strength. Okay. Straight from the barrel means it's uncut.
Gotcha. Okay.
Unfiltered.
Sorry, that was I never heard of straight from the barrel before.
Some people may not know that.
Okay.
Whereas Blanton's Gold is like 103 or 104 proof, and regular Blanton's is 93 proof.
Okay.
So you're getting Buffalo Trace right out of the barrel, picked to the Blanton's profile by the distillery. But these two, while they did seem similar, one came across harsh and bitter. The other came across really rich, really robust, really beautiful. I think I said it was beautiful. So you're beautiful, by the way. If you found this video beautiful, like it, give us a subscribe. We do these blind tastings over here all the time. And hit that thumbs up while you're down there. It'll let you, or no, the thumbs up is the like. Hit the bell.
Yeah.
That'll let you know when we're going live.
There you go.
We do that once a month. Would love for you to join us for a pour.
Yep.
We might have a straight from the barrel and a blind flight at some point in time on one of those live streams. Hopefully you found this informative. We, again, don't often put these types of matchups in our blind sample pool because we know it's a bottle that people can't get. We can't get it.
But this is to keep us on our toes and see,
right.
You know.
We can't walk into every single matchup. And as we say around here, the integrity of the pool is paramount. So we have to make sure that we have no clue what we're going into.
We can't assume it's allocated versus available or something like that. We have to just be like, it could be anything.
Yeah. And this is how you get the most honest, unbiased reviews possible. So if that ain't a reason to subscribe, I don't know what is. Also, by the way, if you like really good whiskey, like Glass One, and you like good people, then you should definitely check out our Patreon community.
Well, if you like good people, like the people who provided these samples for today's video.
That's where our barrel picks are released, and you can get in on the free tier, which I recently found out. If you're on a desktop or laptop, you got to click the 3 dots on the right side and click join for free. Or if you're on a mobile app, it should show up.
Oh, interesting.
Because I get a bunch of messages about how to join the free tier. So just click around till you find it. It's there.
Yeah.
But a lot of our barrel picks do sell out within the paid tiers. You can get in on that over there.
Yep.
We are doing barrel picks all the time. We do about 12 plus a year. I think this year we're tracking close to 18.
Oh my gosh.
And it's all very good. It is.
That's a lot of travel.
But is it all very good whiskey?
It's fun. It's very good whiskey.
There you go.
But I don't know if our pocketbooks can afford that, but it's fun.
If your palate lines up with ours and you like the way we do things, then you should absolutely check it out.
Yeah.
You can get some really fantastic whiskey over there. And get on Discord, chat, join in on our Patreon live streams. I do pop-ups all the time.
Yep.
Get real whiskey nerdy, and then we do it once a month, just the two of us with you guys over there as well. And you can get cool shirts like this Batman and Catwoman shirt over at stuffandwhiskey.com. And
That's it. Yeah.
Check it out.
I think that's it for today, folks. Be good to each other, and until next time, cheers.